These are solutions to 2024's GCSE Mathematics M3 examination. This is a calculator exam. So just read through the front of the paper and see what it says. You've got total mark for the paper is 100. Does it say how many significant figures? I don't think it does. No, we're good to go. And you can see some of the formulas that you're given. Volume of a prism, area of a trapezium, curved surface area of a cone, volume of a cone, sphere, surface area of sphere, quadratic equation, and also sine rule, cos rule, and the area of a triangle. Okay, question says calculate this. This is on the calculator. So just do this using the fraction button in your calculator with the easiest way. So your wee button looks like this, and fill it in. So top line we have got 8.84 plus 24.6. Bottom line is 9.2 minus 4.8. Hit equals, and you get 38 over 5, which is 7.6. Okay, that's all we've got to do. Next one says complete the table values for y is equal to 10 minus 2x. And you can see they've been nice to us and done a couple for us. So to get this one, do 10 minus 2 times minus 1. To get this one, do 10 minus 2 times 3. So that first one is going to be 12. And the next one, that's going to be 10 minus 6. That's going to be 4. And you can see even it goes 14, 12, 10, 8, 2, 8, 6, 4, and 2. So it looks like it is correct. Okay, now we've got to draw these. I should have had this done in advance here. Right, so we have got minus 2, x equals minus 2, your y is 14. So up here, x equals minus 1, your y is equal to 12. X equals 0, your y is equal to 10. X equals 1, your y is equal to 8. X equals 2, your y is equal to 6. X equals 3, your y is equal to 4. X equals 4, your y is equal to 2. And then you link that with a straight edge if you have one. I'm looking around here and I don't have one, so use your imagination. That is a straight line. Use a ruler to do that. And then label your graph. What was it? Y is equal to 10 minus 2x. Okay. Next one says Gavin ordered carpet for his living room and bedroom. The living room carpet cost £37.20 per square metre. He orders 24.5 square metres of living room carpet. The bedroom carpet costs £14.30 per square metre. He paid a total price of this. How much bedroom carpet did he order? Okay, so his total cost is this, 1,068 pounds and 70 pence. Let's look at the living room. It was £37.20 and he ordered 24.5 square meters of it. So let's just multiply that out and see what we get. And that works out to be £911.40. So we're going to just do £1,068.70 minus £911.40 on the calculator, of course. And that works out to be £157.30. Now, the bedroom costs, that's what it costs for the bedroom. And the bedroom costs £14.30 per square metre. So we're going to do 157.30 and divide by 14.3. So divide that by 14.3 and see what we get. And you get 11, and that's going to be then square meters. So 11 square meters. That's how much he ordered, and that's it. Fill that in the correct place. Okay, right, we've got a 3D shape is shown below. Which elevation is drawn? So is it the side, the front, or neither? That would be from the front. You imagine if you look at the front, that is what it's going to be. So you're going to see, yep, I can't really explain that any other way. That's just what you're going to see if you look at it from along this arrow. Here, that's what we're going to get. Draw the plan of the 3D shape on the grid above. So my plan, I think it's a wee bit bigger so you can see this. I've got 3 horizontal squares, and then that's what it's going to be. I'm imagining they want to show me that there. You use a ruler, of course. That's what we're going to have for a plan. Rosie is painting the exterior of the 3D shape, including the base. How many squares will Rosie have to paint? Okay, right. So you're going to have to guess how many we're going to have here. So you're going to have to figure out how many. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that we can see. Let me just write that down. We just take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, 13 that you can see. In behind, you're going to have one in there that you can't see, another one in below that you can't see, one in behind that you can't see, one in this way that you can see, in below it that you can't see as well, in behind that you can't see, in behind that you can't see, and along the base as well, you're going to have 3 along the base of it that you can't see there, and from underneath, you're going to have, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares underneath, so 4 more arrows underneath as well that I can't see. So count up all those arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let me just check out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I think I've got a total of 27 there. I could be, I must be wrong because it was 26 then. Where have I gone wrong here? I have gone wrong somewhere. Did I count one twice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I've counted an extra one. I've counted an extra one on the bottom there because I counted that there were 3 reverse sides of that plus those 2 sides, but this one there's only 1 extra one, so that's where I've gone wrong there. Apologies. That is a tricky wee question. Thankfully I gave you the multi-choice, otherwise I would have that one wrong. Next one says angle X, so you've got to find the angle X, so we're going to work out this angle first. So that's just going to be 360 minus a 45 minus a 134 minus 119 to work out that missing angle. So let's just do that. 360 minus 45 minus 134 minus 119, which is equal to 62. So that's 62. My X then is 180 minus the 62, which is going to be 118 degrees. So X is equal to 118 degrees. Question 6. Okay, it says, Stacey is going to invite some friends round for a pizza party. To work out how many pizzas to order, she uses the formula P is equal to NE over S, where P is the number of pizzas, N is the number of people, E is the number of slices each person gets, S is the number of slices per pizza. How many pizzas with 8 slices are needed if there are 16 people at the party and each person gets 3 slices? So P is equal to NE over S. So for her, P is equal to, there are 16 people, and with E is the number of slices each person gets, and that's divided by S, which is number of slices per pizza. So if we do that, you're just going to get 6. So 6 pizzas needed. Look at this. Right, look at the diagram below. Place the numbers 80, 81, 82 and 83 in the correct boxes. Okay, right, so you're going to start. We'll do 80 first. We put it in. Is 80 prime? No, it's not. So I'm just doing 80 first. 80 goes in. Is it prime? No, it's not. Is it a number of multiple 5? Yes, it is. Right, 80's in here then, straight off. Next one, 81. Is a number prime? No. Is it a multiple 5? No. Is a number a square number? Yes. So 81 goes in here. Next one, we're on 82. Is the number prime? No. Is it a multiple 5? No. Is it a square number? No. That must be 82. And is the number prime? 83 is 83. There we go, right. Thought that was going to be horrible, not too bad. Question 8. 2 farmers grow apples. Farmer Jack's apples have a mean weight of 116.5 grams and a range of 19.1. Farmer Brown's weighs 10 of his apples picked at random. Their weights in grams are. Whose apples are heavier on average? Okay, right. Let's add up all Farmer Brown's. We'll say Farmer B's total then. So we just add those all up. Calculator here. So 113.2 plus 114.5 plus 116.7 plus 118.1 plus 114.0 plus 116.9 plus 115.3 plus 117.3 plus 114.6 plus 115.7. Press equals. And what I got was 1156.3. So the mean for him, remember that was just 10 things, is 115.63 grams. Right. It says Farmer Jack's apples have a mean weight of this, and Farmer Brown's we've just worked out to be 115.6. Whose apples are heavier on average? It's Farmer Jack's. Because his has a larger mean. That's it. Okay. Right, it says a supermarket prefers their apples to be a similar size. Why might the supermarket prefer to buy Farmer Brown's apples? Okay, right, the range of Farmer Jack's is 19.1. Let's look at the range of Farmer Brown's. Let's just look at his range. So the biggest, let's see, find the biggest one here. What is the biggest one going to be? Is this the biggest? 118.1, I think it is, and the smallest, there's a 13. Is there smaller than a 13? Nope, 113. So the range is 118.1 minus 113.5. 113.2. So 118.1 minus 113.2, which is 4.9 grams. Okay. Farmer Jack's range was 19.1, and so the reason you might want to pick Farmer Brown's is his have a smaller range, so more consistent in size, which would make it easier for packaging. So it would make it easier for packaging. If you knew it, like if you got 6 apples, you're not going to have one absolutely huge apple and then 5 wee tiny apples. You want to have 6 similar sized apples. Okay, we'll just say so easier for packaging. For packing, we'll say, right. So it's something along those lines, more consistent in size, something along those lines we're looking for. Okay, Claire wants to buy a new watch. She looks at the special offers for this watch in 2 different shops. So in every second, we have normal price 135, there's a 15% discount, and then minutes matter is 174, and it's 1/3 of all prices. So we've got every second, 15% discount. So 135, 15% means it goes down to 85%. Let's just work that out. 135 times 0.85, that works out to be £114.75. And then minutes matter, it was 1/3 off. So 174 times 2/3, 174 times 2 divided by 3, and that works out to be £116. Okay, so whose are cheaper. Write it their way. Write every second is cheaper. Car travels at an average speed of 30 miles per hour for 1 hour, then travels an average speed of 54 miles per hour for half an hour. Calculate the average speed for the whole journey. Okay, write down the formula for average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance divided by the total time. Now the total time is easy. Total time is an hour plus a half an hour, so an hour and a half. Total distance. Okay, 30 miles per hour for 1 hour means you've gone 30 miles. 54 miles per hour for half an hour means you've gone 54 divided by 2, which is 27 miles. Okay, so the total distance equals 57 miles, and the total time was an hour plus half an hour, so that's 1.5 hours. So your average speed is equal to 57 divided by 1.5. I think that's going to work out nicely. 57 divided by 1.5, and it does indeed, which is 38 miles per hour. Next one, question 11, says a wedding venue has circular tables of diameter 2. A bride wants to put ribbon around the edge of each table. There are 15 tables. Ribbon is only sold in whole number of meters and costs £1.25 per meter. What is the minimum cost of ribbon? So let's work out one table. The circumference is pi d, which is going to be just 2 times pi. Right, leave it as that. That's perfect. There are 15 tables then. So it's going to be 15 lots of 2 pi, which is going to be 30 pi. And that's going to be meters. So their whole number of meters. Let's work that out. Then we'll have to work that out and see what that is. 30 times pi works out to be, so that's 94.24 247 ... who cares, right? So that means we need 95 meters. Okay, so the minimum cost then we need is 95 times 1.25, and then that's going to be 95 times 1.25 would be, so it's going to cost her £118.75. Okay, because if you have got 94 meters just, it's not going to be enough. You have to have the extra wee bit then, so you need the 95 whole meters. Okay, Steve bought a box of 200 hats for £120. He decides to sell them at a local market. It costs him £20 to hire a stall. Steve sold 70% of his hats at £3. He sold a quarter of his hats at £2.20. The remaining hats were sold at £1. How much profit did he make? Okay, right. So he bought 200 hats. So let's just do 200 times 0.7. Let's just work that out first of all. 200 times 0.7 is going to be 140. So I could have just worked this out directly, but work it out this way just makes it easier, as you'll see in a wee second. 140 times 3. That means he gets £420. He sold a quarter of his hats. A quarter of the hats then is 50. So that's 50. And then he sells them at £2.50 each. 50 times £2.50. That means he gets 125. The remaining, and this is why I did it this way, he has sold so far 140 and 50. He sold 90. So the remaining is 200 minus 190. There's 10 left. And 10 times 1 gives me just £10. So all of these things are what he is taking. So you know what he's actually the profit he's made. Maybe not the profit he's made. We will, but certainly the takings he's made. So we'll work out the profit then. Profit is going to be all those positive things. They're all good. He sold that amount. That's what he's actually sold for. But it cost him £120 to buy the hats and then £20 to hire the stall. So minus, we've got 120 and 20, that's his costs in. Looks like he's still going to make a good amount of money here. Let's just work out 120 plus 125 plus 10. That works out to be 555, and then minus 140. So minus 140 works out. He's done well. He's still made £415 profit. Lovely. Good for Steve. Right. Next one says solve the equation. Lovely. Okay, two ways you can do this. You can multiply it to brackets. First, I'll do both. Or else you can divide across by that 5. So I would like to do this by multiplying it to brackets. So it becomes 10y plus 15 equals 79. That means 10y is equal to 79 minus 15. 10y then is equal to 64. Y then is equal to 64 divided by 10. Y works out to be 6.4. Okay, or you may not like that and you want to do it a different way. So what have we got? We've got 5 times 2y plus 3 is equal to 79. You could divide straight across by the 5 and you'll get 15.8. Then take away the 3, so 15.8 minus the 3. So 2y is going to be 12.3, and then divide across. 12.8 that should be, I can't read my own writing, 12.8, and then 12.8 divided by 2, and y then works out to be 6.4. Okay, is that all we have to do? Yep, y equals, yep. Oh, scatter graph, great. Right, I have no ruler. Right, describe the scatter graph shows the height and weights of the players on a rugby squad. Describe the relationship between the weights, so it is a positive correlation. Okay, and that would make sense. If you're in a rugby squad, you're typically very fit person, so what weight you're carrying is going to be muscle. So if you're short, you will have muscle. If you're tall, you're going to have muscle, and if you're taller, you're going to have more muscle in you. You're going to be taller. The heavier you're going to be as well, generally on a rugby field. So Jack Morris joins the squad. The manager records Jack's height at 178 centimetres. The manager records Jack's weight at 60. So it's 60 and he's 178. So here's 60. Here's 60. 178 would be here. 50... 150, 175, 176, 177, 178 would be here. So that's Jack's weight there. That's where it's going to be. I'll highlight that just to make it a wee bit easier to see. And the manager made an error in reading Jack's weight on the scatter graph. I used the scatter graph to say whether Jack's weight is likely to be lower or higher than 60. Okay, right. Well, what do you think by looking at this? Is Jack looks like he is very light for his height. Okay, so I would imagine he would be a lot heavier because I would imagine if Jack is this height, I would imagine he's more up around here. Okay, would be my thinking on it. So I would say use the scatter graph to say what Jack's weight is likely to be lower or higher than 60 kilograms. I would just say it is higher. We don't need any explanation. They haven't asked for any, thankfully. So we can just go, it is higher. Right, good. We didn't need a ruler at all. Right, primary school has a choir, C, and a drama club, D. The school has 80 pupils, 45 pupils attend choir, 30 pupils attend drama, 15 pupils attend neither. So complete the Venn diagram. 15 is outside, that's the ones who don't do anything. And then 30 attend drama. And okay, right, complete the Venn diagram. Oh dear, right. What do we know? What do we know? I know if I call this x, some people can see these really quickly. I am not one of those people. If that's x, then that bit is going to be 45 minus x for choir, and that bit is going to be 30 minus x for the drama. And we know 45 minus x plus that x in the middle plus the 30 minus x, that needs to add to be 80 minus 15, so that adds to be 65. Let's tidy that mess up. That's going to be 75 minus x equals 65. 75 minus the 65 then equals the x. X works out to be 10. If you've got a better way of doing that, good for you. I am not good at those. I'm not quick at them. That's the way I have done it. So it's going to be 10. Then that's really going to be 20. And that's going to be 35. So there's my Venn diagram completed. Okay. What fraction of the pupils attend only the drama club? So drama club only was 20 out of, what was my total? 80 pupils. 20 out of 80, which is a quarter. And you must cancel it down. 20 over 80 is not going to give the answer. Oh, is that it done? Is that all we had to do? Right, okay, I thought there was going to be more to that one. Next one says ABC is a right angle triangle, AC is 15, BC is 7.5. Work out the length of AB, Pythagoras theorem. Lovely. Right, I'll do it here. I always start with the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse squared equals the sum of the squares on the other two sides. So we have this. Let's use a calculator to a minimum here. So I've just moved my 7.5 squared across and then square root that, and that will give me what my x is. So I've only had to use my calculator once. Let's do it now. Square root of 15 squared minus 7.5 squared. Hit equals, oh, right. What the accuracy does it say? No. Okay, 12.99038.160. I'm going to say then that is 12.99 centimeters to 2 decimal places. Okay, had it been the 1 decimal place, and I think they would give you the answer as well if you'd done the gone to 1 decimal place, 13.0 centimeters to 1 dp is what it's going to be. There we go. Right. The volume of this trapezium prism is 522 meters squared. Calculate the length of the tank. Okay, right. That's what I'm trying to find. Let's write in what we know. Volume is equal to the cross-sectional area times length. And we know 522 is the volume. The cross-sectional area, it's a trapezium, everybody's favourite, a half a plus b times h. Let's just do that. It's a half. My parallel sides are 6 plus 12, and my h is 4, and that's times my l. Let's just tidy this up. It's a bit of a mess. A half times 4 is just 2. 12 plus 6 is 18. 522 is equal to, that's going to be 36 times L. 522 divided by 36 is equal to L. Let's just do that. 522 divided by 36 is 14. What did I get? 14.5 meters. Hopefully that's what we're looking for. How much more have we got to do? Loads. Dear me. All right. Okay, here we go. Right. Question 18 says a height in meters of a number of trees is recorded for a science experiment. So you've got your heights, you've got your frequencies, that's your F column. I would do an X column and then an FX column. Now my X column is a midpoint column. I would extend this and do this out. So we need to find an estimate for the mean. So to get your, I'll call these midpoints. You add 100 and 110, divide by 2, you'll get 105. Do the same for the next one. You're going to 110 plus 120, divide by 2. Oh, sorry, I've written that in the wrong place. That should have been here. That should have been my midpoint x, and that's my fx. Do that again. Add 100 plus 110, divide by 2, you get 105. And then that's going to be 115, 125, 135, 145, 155. Now to get your fx, it is what it says it is. It's f times your x. So 6 times 105, which is 630. 13 times 115, which is 1495. The next one, 12 times 125 is 1500. 15 times 135 is 2025. 3 times 145 is 435. And 1 times 155 is this. Now, to get your mean, another way of saying the mean is x bar, is sigma fx divided by sigma f. That just means the sum of these things total up. So sigma f is the sum of that column. Sigma fx is the sum of that column. Don't be surprised if this one is a very, very big number. Quite often is. Right, add up all your frequencies. 6, let me zoom in on this so we can see it. 6 plus 13 plus 12 plus 15 plus 3 plus 1. 6 plus 13 plus 12 plus 15 plus 3 plus 1. Yep, 50. I think they said 50 in the question today. Maybe didn't. Sure, it's a nice number. Right, 630 then. This is me summing up my fx's. 630 plus 1,495 plus 1,500 plus 2,025 plus 435 plus 155. And that works out to be 6,240. Then if we just do those, 6,240 divided by 50. So divided by 50, I got 124.8. What are the units? Meters. Hopefully that's right. Okay, go. In which interval does the median lie? Okay, there are 50 values. So I'm going to squeeze in a wee CF column. I think a CF helps me. The median is going to be the 25th, I should say. So 6 plus 13 is 19, plus another 12 is going to be 31, plus another 15, we'll just do the lot of them here, plus another 15 is 46, plus 3 is 49, plus 1 is 50. Up to here, these are the first 6 values are in here, then the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, all the way up to 19th are in here. So the 20th up to the 31st are going to be in here. So the 25th is definitely going to be in here. So that's how I've worked it out. So it lies in the, what is that? 120 is less than or equal to h is less than 130. That's the class it's in. Okay, right. Alan wants to invest £2,000 for 2 years. He sees the following offer for compound interest. So the first one, Bank A, is 3% for the first year, 1% for each year after. So we'll go for A. We'll work out A, what he gets. So he invests £2,000. Goes up by 3% in the first year and then 1% after that. So that's how we do it for him. So 2,400 times 1.03 times 1.01, which works out to be, Bank A gives him £2,496.72. Bank B starts off with the same amount, 2,400, goes up by 4% in the first year and then only 0.5%, so 0.005. So 2,400 times 1.04 times 1.005, which works out to be slightly better for him then. This one works out to be £2,508.48. Calculate each bank the value of investment. Does it say anything else? No, I would just fill those in. So normally it asks you to say which one's better, but we didn't here. Okay, question 20. Write this as a product of its prime factors. Okay, I'm going to do this out the long way and then show you the quick way of doing it as well. This is the way I prefer to do it. Divide by 2, you get 63. Can't divide by 2, divide by 3, you get 21. Divide by 3, you get 7. Divide by 7, you get 1. So your 126 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 7. To guarantee you getting the marks, make sure you do 3 squared times 7. Okay, how do you do this? Using the calculator, there's quite a lot of calculators have got a fact button on it, which factorizes it. So 120, put 120 in, then hit equals. 126, sorry, hit equals, and then do shift and fact. And that should give you 2 times 3 squared times 7. I much prefer doing this, I have to say. But that's just because I'm old school. Okay. Right, so 2 times 3 squared times 7. Find the highest common factor of 126 and 90. Right, we have already got 126 done out. Then 90, and I'm going to do it my way again. Divide by 2 to get 45. Divide by 3 to get you 15. Divide by 3 to get you 5. Divide by 5 to get you 1. So 90 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. 126 we said was 2 times 3 times 3 times 7. To get the HCF, I've written those out the long way and I put a circle around what's common. So what was common was 2, a 3 and a 3. So 2 times 3, or 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 would be 18. So the common factor of those two things would be 18. Okay. 21, it says rectangular basketball court is X meters wide. The length of the court is 13 meters longer than its width. So I've done a wee diagram. The perimeter of the court is 86. Form and solve an equation to find the value of X. Okay, its width was X and its length was 13 more. Let's just label this again, these wee bits as well. And then that makes it dead easy. We know 86 is a perimeter, so 86 is the same as X plus 13 plus X plus 13 plus X. Tidy that up. That's X. 86, sorry, is equal to, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 X's. 4 X's plus 26. 86 minus 26 n equals 4X. 60 equals 4X. 60 divided by 4 is equal to X. X works out to be 15. Okay. All right. Oh, straight lines. 2, 5 is the midpoint of the line joining AB and 3A3. Find the values. Okay, right. The formula for the midpoint, if you have 2 points, and that's their coordinates, then your midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 and divided by 2. So you add the x values and divide by 2, add the y values, divide by 2. So you know then 2, 5, the midpoint, is the same as a plus 3a, all divided by 2, and then b plus 3, all divided by 2. So you've really got two equations here. That thing in yellow, those two things in yellow are equal, and those two things in blue are equal. So you could say 2 is equal to a plus 3a would be 4a over 2. So that's 2 is equal to 2a. A wee bit of working out, your a works out to be just 1. Or 5 is equal to b plus 3 over 2. 2 times the 5 is 10. Bring that 3 across, you'll get 7 is equal to b. So your a is equal to 1 and your b is equal to 7. Lovely. Okay, right, a step ladder with sides 2.3 is opened so that the feet are this distance apart. Calculate the angle at which it is being opened. Okay, I think the nicest way for us to do this is to use just trig. So we drop it perpendicular down here. What it does is cuts that angle in half. but it also creates a wee right angle. So let's just do that. And it cuts this in half as well. Oh dear, that is a right angle triangle, believe it or not. Okay, right, this is the angle I'm going to call this. I'm going to call that alpha instead of calling it theta over 2 or anything, just call it alpha, a different name. So we can just, that is my opposite side and that's my hypotenuse, so we'll just use basic trig. So katoa, I've got opposite and hypotenuse. I'm going to use sine of my angle is equal to my opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of my angle is equal to 0.7 over 2.3. Your angle then is sine to the minus 1 of 0.7 over 2.3. So it is equal to 0.7 divided by, what have I just said, 2.3. And I'll use a whole pile of decimal place. I would go to at least 5 here. Okay, that's what we have. So that was what alpha is, and we want to find what theta is. You can see theta is just two lots of them. It's been divided in 2. So we'll just say theta then is equal to 2 times the 17.71893. So I'm just got that on my calculator screen. I'm just multiplying by 2. And now it doesn't say to what degree of accuracy. Calculate the angle at which it is doing. I don't think it said on the front of the page. It may well have done. Just check that yourselves, folks. And then just do that accordingly. Everyone can do that. So 35, we'll go for 2DPs, 35.44 degrees to 2 decimal places. Right, keep looking ahead. This is the worst thing to do, to look ahead. Should never do this. Right, okay, cylindrical flask has a diameter of 12 and a height of 25. The flask is full of coffee. The coffee cup is a hemisphere of diameter 9. Each coffee cup is filled to 90% capacity. How many cups of coffee can be poured from the flask? Right, let's work out the volume of the cylinder first of all. And it is pi r squared h. So that's pi times my r is 6. 6 squared times 25. Let's just work out, and let's leave it in terms of pi. So that's pi times 6 squared times 25, which works out to be 900 pi. Okay. Now the hemisphere, we'll say 1 cup, which is a hemisphere. Right, first of all, let's sort out the 90%. So 0.9, and it's a hemisphere. That's half of a sphere, so it's a half times 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So that's 0.9 times a half times 4 over 3 pi times, and the diameter is 9, so the radius is 4.5. Okay, so you've got that formula for the sphere at the front of your book, front of your exam paper. So that's where that's coming from. So a hemisphere, half of that, and it's only filled to 90%. So that's by 0.9. So let's just do that horrible mess. 0.9 times a half times the 4 over 3 times your pi times 4.5. It's cubed. And then what I got, it's ugly, but I'm going to use it. 2187 over 40 times pi. Okay, so I've got my volume of my whole amount that I've got, and then I've got the volume of 1 cup. I want to see how many cups can be filled. So my answer is just going to be 900 pi divided by 2187 over 40 pi. So really I'm just doing 900 pi, and then that's being you're doing your 900 pi and then divided by the thing that you just worked out. And what I got was, that worked out as 4,000 over 243. So that works out as 16.4609. So you can fill, or you can, how many cups of coffee can be poured? 16 cups. So you're not going to give some poor soul 0.46 of a full cup. They're not going to be too happy. So 16 cups is all you can get. Right, rectangle has a length of this and a width of length of 4x minus 5, width of 3x plus 4. What is a quadratic expression for its area? Area is length times width. So 4x minus 5 times 3x plus 4. Multiply that out. 4x times 3x is 12x squared. 4x times the 4 is 16x minus 15x minus 20. That is 12x squared plus x minus 20. There we go. Cumulative frequency. A cumulative frequency diagram illustrates the length of delays to trains at Northside Station. Find the median. Okay, so you can see there's 30. The graph goes all the way to 30. So your median, you're going to go across here. And thankfully I can do this without a ruler because they've been nice to done a nice wee scale. It's halfway between one of those boxes. When you come down, you use a ruler. That is going to be 14.5. My median is 14.5 meters. Now notice I put arrows here showing the way I've gone, and I've used my graph. Find the interquartile range. So you're going to go across. To get the median, you went at 15. To get the lower quartile, then you're going to go at 7.5, which is going to be here. That's going to be my Q1. Oh, that's pretty close to that, isn't it? I think that's just 7. So we'll say my Q1 is equal to 7. And then where are we going across then? At 22.5 then. That's pretty good as well. That's my Q3. And then we're going down from here. Again, you use a ruler please. So that's 16 for my Q3. So the interquartile range is 16 minus 7. So it's just going to be equal to 9. The box illustrates the lengths of delays of the train at Southend Station. Ours was Northside Station, now Southend Station. So make 2 comparisons. Okay, right. Well, you're just really looking at the median. You're comparing the median for it. The median is bang on 20 by the looks of it. Your Q1 and then your Q3. Okay, right, what have we got here? What's each wee boxers? What's that going to be then? Sorry, that is 2/5 away between that, so that's going to be 24. And this one then is, so each wee box is worth 10 wee boxes are worth 4. Each is 0.4. I'm trying to work out this one over here. So that's going to be each wee box is worth 0.4. I've got, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. So times 7.5 is just 3. So that's 3 then. So 7.5 lots of 0.4 then are going to be 3. So that's going to be 13 then for my lower quartile. So your interquartile range, we'll just work this out. We'll probably need both of these things, is going to be 11. Okay, right, let's compare this. Interquartile, the median for the first one was 14.5. The median for the second is 20. So I would just say on average, trains are later at the second station, which was called Southend Station. Okay, the interquartile range is smaller at the first one. So we'll say smaller IQR at, what was the first one called? North side. Showing the trains are more consistent. So something along those lines. That's it. So on average, trains are later at Southend, and we'll put in brackets for that. It had a higher median. And that's it. Okay, right. Price for 900 litres of oil increased by 28%. The new price for 900 litres of oil is this. How much did it cost before that? Okay, so that means 736. It's not 100%, it's gone up. So it's 128%. We need to find out what 100% is. So just do this in one go. You're going to divide by 128 to get down to 1%. And then you're going to multiply by 100 to get up to 100%. So let's just do it. We don't need to bother putting the middle value in. 736 divided by 128 and then multiplied by 100. I got 575 £575. Okay. 28 says the diagonal for rectangle is 26. The width is x and the length is this. Show, we've got to show a quadratic equation. So the diagonal is 26. So you've got 26. The width is x. The length is 34 minus x. This is a weird Pythagoras theorem question, but there we go. So 26 squared is going to be equal to x squared plus 34 minus x squared. So let's just do that out. 26 squared equals 676 is equal to x squared. And take your time and do this out the long way as I'm doing. This is very common for people to make mistakes in this. So 34 times 34 is 1156. Then minus 34x minus another 34x plus x squared. Tidy this up. I'll do it down here. 676 is equal to, that will be 2x squared minus 64x plus 1156. Bring it all to one side, put it equal to 0. Have 2x squared minus 64x. 1156 minus 676 is equal to 480. And then what you can do is divide through by 2. Lovely question, because you know you've got it right, which is what they were looking for. Solve the equation to find the possible value of x. I'm looking at this one. This might factorize, it might not. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to use a quadratic formula. So I write down my value of a is 1, my value of b is minus 34, my value of c is 240. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's fill it in. Minus of my b, which was minus 34, plus or minus, and then the square root of my b, which is minus 34 squared, minus 4a, which is 1, times my c, which is 240, all divided by 2a, which is 1. And then if we do that, you will have, so just do it on your calculator, do the minus 1 first. I got 10, which shows me it would have factorized, or x is equal to, let me have a look. Oops. Go back in just into your calculator and delete that, the minus, change it to plus, and I would have had 24. So that must have factorized really nicely. I just wasn't going to see it there. Okay, I'm really stupid. I could have done that really easily. Anyway, right, we'll look at that in a wee second. Okay. Find the possible values, both of them work. You would look back at this and both of them are absolutely fine. So, yeah, they're both are fine. Okay, right, I was really silly there. I could have factorized that. Let's just look at that. Oh dear, but that happens in exam. If you don't see it, you don't see it. As I didn't see it there, which is ridiculous. 240 was it? Okay, right here, my sum is equal to minus 34. My product is equal to 240. Let's just go through 240. And one of the ways you will see that it works, if you did minus 10 and minus 24, they would work. So 0 would be equal to x minus 10, x minus 24, which means x minus 10 equals 0, or x minus 24 equals 0, which means x equals 10, or x equals 24, which is much, much easier than what I have just done. But there will be times where you will have a wee blip like I did there, and you'll not see it until you've done the question out. But there you go. And that's the end of the exam. We've done it. Check over your work. Make sure you've done all the questions. Happy days.